Hello everyone, it's Helen here and thank you for joining me today. So we have a brand new series starting. Now this is going to be a series for Halloween, so I'm starting now because we have plenty of time to get things ready. And for me, I don't think I'll be letting my children go trick-or-treating this year, so we're going to have we're going to do something at home, I think, and I'm going to make all of these lovely projects here so that I can put them in a little goodie bag or a goodie box for them, and we'll play some games and things like that. So that's going to be our Halloween this year. So this is going to be one of their treats that I'm going to be giving them. So this is a cute little box, and I'm calling it a swinging tray box. There are plenty of these around on YouTube. So this one here is my Halloween version, and there will be a cutting guide on my website helengriffin.co.uk. It's just here, and there will be a link for this project down below as well. That will take you straight to my the website where this is. Take you straight to the project page. Okay, so I filled this with some chocolates here, and the papers that I've used, these are digital papers, and I'm just going to bring up the information for you right now. So this is by Laurie Whitlock, and it's a digital collection. As you can see, I've already delved straight in, so I have printed these off, and I will leave information here on my printer and the cardstock that I've used down below as well. And I am working on a new series on how to print your digital collections and things like that. So I got this from Snap Click Supply, and the link for that will also be down below. And this is, oh, what's the collection name? I'll just find it for you. It's called Halloween Traditions. It's a digital collection, and you get these papers and you have all of these elements here. I've put this onto an A4 PDF, and I did that at canva.com, and you can play around and move stuff around and resize things. It's a really good way of doing this sort of thing. And again, I will be covering this in my digital printing series. Okay, where are we up to? Let's start making the project. I think I've said everything here, so let's move on to what you're going to be needing. I'm going to be using some Kraft cardstock here, so I'm going to have, that's going to be the outer wrap. These two are going to be the trays, and this one here is going to be my lid, and we do need a little extra section here just to cover this around, because it's going to go all the way around the box. And again, there's going to be a cutting guide on my website. So these measure, the trays measure 5 by 5, the lid measures 5 3/16 by 5 3/16, and this here is the entire length of an A4 sheet, and it's cut at 2 inches. And again, this is a 3 by 2, so we'll be gluing that on, and there'll be no proper measuring for the wrap as well, but we'll get to that in a moment. So I'm going to set everything else aside, and I'm going to bring out my scoreboard. That is pretty bright, so let's turn down some of the lighting on here. There we go. I'm hoping that's better. Okay, so we're starting with the lids here. No, not the lids, the trays. And we're going to score these at 1 inch on all 4 sides. Same on this one too. We're going to do all of our scoring to get all of the scoring over and done with. So I'm going to be working on the lid next. Oh, that one skipped. There we go. And this one here is the lid. This measures, it's just a fraction over 5 1/8, and we are going to score this at 1 inch as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave this scoreboard out. I know it's quite bright, but I'm going to leave the scoreboard out while I work on this. Actually, no, I'm not. Let's change our minds. Let's move that away. Okay, that's much better lighting wise. So, as we do with all of the boxes that we make, score everything with a bone folder. and then snip into your corners. So I like to snip just to the left hand side of the score line, so the score line is on this section here, and then I'm going to snip in and taper that end, and then I'm going to taper the other end, so when this folds up I'm not going to have any of this flap here or that tab showing above that section. So go around and do exactly the same on all of the corners, and then we can glue that together. And then you just need to repeat what we've just done on the other tray and on the lid as well. And I'll be gluing the lid together last because I want to have a more custom fit, and I'll show you how to do that when we get to that point in the tutorial. Okay, so I'm going to be using glue for this. So when you're using the glue or any sort of adhesive, it would have to be a strong one like glue or red line tape, and I'm going to add the glue right up to the score line, just like that. And that means when we pop this together we have a really nice join here with no gappy bits or bits coming out. You know, when you have a when you make a box, you can get, if you don't add your glue here, you sometimes get this bit coming out. So I want to avoid that by adding glue right up to the score line. I hope I explained that. Okay. So for the last two, I'm just going to add glue to both ends. It's a lot easier that way. Okay, so that is the first tray done. So repeat it for the second tray, and for the lid, just fold it and cut into your sections. Don't put the lid together just yet. Okay, so that's the lid done. I'm going to set that aside, and I have my two little trays here ready to go. So it can be awfully difficult trying to score to the 16th of the inch, so it's a lot easier just to manually do this and wrap around. So I'm going to hold this and line it up, and then I'm going to fold just like that, hoping that's coming through. So I now have this section here, and I'm just going to fold that over with the bone folder. So we have our first one done. So now we can take this round to the second corner, just holding that in place, and then fold that around again. Okay, so always test your little wraps as you go around. So we have that now. So this is the last corner. So this is a lot easier than trying to manually measure and score going around. So we do have a shorter end here now. So if we pop this on, we have this little gap here. So that's what this little piece here that measures 3 by 2. That is going to be glued on just there to make our box. Okay, so let's get that glued on. Okay, so that's now on there. So we should have a nice wrap for our box. So I'm going to go around that way. So we have the extra piece of card on the right. My brain is not working today. So we are going to glue this tray onto these two sides here at the bottom. So just add glue to just 2 of the sides. So this one is going to be the bottom tray. There we go. And then we are going to have this top tray glued to the top section on the other 2 sides, just like that. Okay, so just add your glue now. And if you do actually make any of these projects that are coming up in the Halloween series, I do have a brand new group on Facebook. I've made it for my Facebook followers, or anyone that's following me on YouTube that are also part of Facebook. I will leave the link for that group down below. It's basically for sharing all of your projects that you make from my tutorials, and also from my Simply Made Crafts range as well. I get plenty of photographs sent to me for people's makes, and I would just like to share them really, but there's a lot for me to share because I get quite a few photographs, so it would be a lot easier if you would like to share them in the group. If you just click join, I will then accept you into the group, and yeah, just feel free to share all of your makes that you've made. There's a few in there already. Okay, so I'm just moving on to the page mats now, and let's go through these measurements here. And this one here is going to be my topper. It's going to be bat wings, and I do need to go shopping for some more Halloween chocolates, because these are actually last year's chocolates, so I'm surprised they've lasted that long. Okay, so we have 2 here. These are going to be for the base at the bottom, and those are going to measure 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then I have some larger ones here. I've got 4 of these. So these are going to be for the outside page mats. And then I have one more measuring 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. So I'm no good at reading these out, but there is a cutting guide for all of these mats. So this mat here measures the same as that one. This one is going to fit right at the back here. That's going to be for that one. And then I have all of these slim ones as well. Oh, I have an extra one here. I wonder what that one's for. That's just an extra. We'll pop that aside. I got carried away, obviously. Okay, and then we have all of these slim ones here. These ones measure 2 3/4 by 1 3/4, and they're for just the inside parts here. And there's enough here to pop them along the bottom as well, and along there too. And you'll need 12 of those ones. But again, as I say, the cutting guide is down below. And one other thing you may wish to do, and I'm just grabbing it now, is to ink the edges of your box. So I have a black ink here. I do need to get myself a Tim Holtz black soot one. I don't actually have the one. I thought I had it, but obviously I don't, because I can't find it. So I've found this tuxedo black in my Memento ink pads. So I'm going to use just a little brush here, just a makeup brush, just one of the smaller ones, and I'm just going to brush around the edges before I add the mats. So just go around, just inking all of those edges. Okay, so I've inked all of my edges and corners, and now I can start gluing in all of my mats. Okay, so I'm just adding on the last mat and then we can start work on the lid. Okay, so adding all of those mats has made this super sturdy now. Let's open this up. There we go. I absolutely love that. It's a lot of fun to play with. Okay, let's set that aside. Let's stop playing. Okay, so moving on to our lid now. Oh, I need to keep this out. I'll put that away, but we need to keep it out. Okay, so I'm going to glue together 2 of these. I went over the score line there, so I'm just going to brush that. Okay, so let's pop these together just like how we were doing with the trays, but I am going to leave a little bit of a space there. It is sticking out a little bit more than normal. I haven't gone right up to the corner. Same with this one. I'm just coming out very slightly. So if you do have trouble making your lids fit, this is a good trick. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop the lid on there. Then what we're going to do is glue on the last 2 while it's in place on top of the box, and that way we are going to get a really nice custom fit. And then our last one. Okay, so everything should be in place now, so we can take that off and just press those down properly. Okay, so now we have our perfect fitting lid. So this is going to stick out like a sore thumb now because we haven't done any sort of distressing. So let's get back to the black ink and the brush. Okay, so I've gone ahead and done all that. Okay, now for the topper. There are so many cool little like circular printouts and other nicely shaped elements in the kit. So we have, this one's a nice one. This one would probably look quite nice. Got Witch's Brew. That would look nice if you fussy cut that one out. This one might be too rectangular, but I'm going to go for the bat wings. And I'm going to just use just a nesting die set here, just a circular nesting die set. So let's bring in the big shot. Oops, I'm making a mess, knocking stuff over. Nothing new there. Okay, so this is a custom size. As in, I resized this myself as I added it to the sheet that I was working on at canva.com, and I'm thinking that circle die will fit that one. Just go through your circle dies to find the right one. I might end up having a little bit of those black lines cut off, but just go through and see which ones you have and see which one will be the best fit. There we go, I'm happy with that. And then I'm also going to de-stress this as well. That's going to fit onto the lid like that, but it's going to stick out like a sore thumb because it's like shiny and not shiny, but you know what I mean, brand new sort of shiny. It just sticks out, it's not distressed. So let's go back to our ink again. I haven't got my glass mat down, so I'm just going to do it like this, just adding a little bit of ink around the edges. Doesn't matter if you kind of get a bit messy in the middle as well, it all adds to the effect. And again, if your style is clean and simple, you don't have to do any sort of de-stressing or sponging. You can just have a really nice vibrant orange and white and black theme for your Halloween projects. It all depends on your individual tastes. Okay, so I'm going to add that with some dimensionals. These ones are from Stampin' Up. I absolutely love these ones because the backings come off so easily, just like that, nice and easy. I've never found foam pads this easy to use before. Pop that on. There we go. And that is our Halloween box. So I have one each. I have 2 children, so they now have one each. There we go. So that's 2 Halloween boxes. So again, don't forget my brand new Facebook group. It would be great to see you over there and see some familiar names. And if you make these, I would love to see you sharing those projects on there. I absolutely love these. So the details for that Facebook group will be down below. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, down in the corner you can click the Helen Griffin icon down there to subscribe, just so you don't miss any more Halloween projects. And after Halloween it's going to be Christmas, so if you want to see any of these makes made in Christmas projects, as in this box with Christmas papers, do let me know down below in the comments. Otherwise, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again in my next video. So bye for now.